Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy
Hello and
grace.
welcome to Revise, Retain, or Retire. So, in this episode, we're going to be looking at hymns 11 through 15. I figure I need to look at a few more if we want to kind of get through these things a little bit faster. But let's quickly review the guidelines. 1. Increase faith and worship of Heavenly Father and His Son Jesus Christ. 2. Teach the core doctrine of the gospel with power and clarity, of course. Invite joyful singing at home and at church. Comfort the weary and inspire members to endure in faith. And unify members throughout the church. So, with those in mind, let's take a look. All right, number 11 is what was witnessed in the heavens. So, I don't know that this one is used all that much. It's one of those interesting ones where it's kind of a call and response, which is not something we do a lot in our church. I know it's more common in, say, like a Catholic Mass or something where the person in the front sings something and then the congregation sings something back. But in this case, it's got like this, the men sing the question. So like it starts with just the men and there's no treble parts. What was witnessed in the heavens? And then all the parts come in. Why an angel earthward bound. I mean, it's kind of a jaunty, fun melody, but I don't know if I really like the call and the response, especially with the men starting. I don't know about your ward, but I don't think that the men of the ward are more competent singers than the women of our ward, just in general. I mean, of course, there's exceptions to that. And so it talks a little bit about, the angel flying through the midst of heaven. I mean, it's a good message. It's also a little bit high. Like it goes up to high E flat a bunch of times for the sopranos. I do like the message, though, where it talks about what became of those departed, knowing not the gospel plan. In the spirit world, they hear it. God is just to every man. So this one, I like the message, but I'm going to say revise. We need a new musical setting, perhaps. One that doesn't have the sort of call and response, starting with just the men. I think that maybe turns some people off. Maybe something that's not quite so high. But I do like the words, so I think it is worth preserving if we have perhaps a slightly different musical setting. So the music was written by Evan Stevens, who was associated with the Tab Choir for a long time. But so he was born in the 1850s. So the music, is a little bit. It feels a little bit old fashioned even. All right, so that is number 11. Revise. Number 12. Bringing that up. 'Twas witnessed in the morning sky. Oh, and he doesn't even... I'm bringing it up online, and this is one that doesn't even have the music to it. Okay, because it's owned by another company. So, I have a little insight to songs like this where the rights are not owned by the church or somebody, member of the church, something like that. I think they're passing on these. The thing is they're going to make, one hymn book in all the different languages, like 30 different languages. So I think they're by 2030 or something crazy like that. I think part of the problem is like with each edition, you have to secure the rights for another language. So they're going to have to secure the rights something like 30 times. So just by that, unless this is a really beloved song where they would be willing to go out on a limb and do that, I'm going to say retire. As this one is actually a lot like the previous song, kind of has the same message. So I'd say let's keep the first one, revise it, and this one, unfortunately, is going to be, I would suggest to be retired. Like, once again, I don't have the power to do that. This is just for fun. All right, so let's go on to 13, An Angel from on High. This one is interesting. It's written by Parley P. Pratt. great hymn text writer, left us all too soon. He was actually he was murdered. He was 50, and he died. Somebody killed him, but he was a powerful missionary and wrote some amazing words. So he's got a fun name to say, right? Parley P. Pratt. This one's interesting because it changes key signatures quite dramatically. It starts in 6/8. Ya da 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 ya da 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 da. It kind of has that so kind of feel to it, and then after 2 lines of that, it goes into 4/4 with a pickup. So. As gracious words he spoke, then lo in Combora's lonely hill, a sacred wreck where lies concealed. So, that's great for like a choir number, like if you're doing it as a special musical number with your ward or state choir. I don't think that lends itself very well to congregational singing. So like number 3 in the guidelines is invite joyful singing at home and in church. I think it's a little tricky. I think unless your music leader is really up on that, and that people are watching the music leader too, that sometimes doesn't happen. It can be kind of jarring to go from 6/8 to 4/4, and then as soon as the verse is done, you have to go back to 6/8. So you have to keep on shifting gears from one to the other. I really like the text though. Lo in Comora's lonely hill, a sacred record lies concealed, or it shall again to light come forth to usher in Christ's reign on earth. The fullness of the gospel to its pages will reveal to view. Oof. So I think the text is worthy of being preserved. It's a great restoration hymn. Parley P. Pratt. So I'm going to say revise on this one. I think we need to create a version that is either in 6/8 or is in 4/4, so that it is more singable for congregations. I think it would be sung more if it had a more approachable arrangement. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Hymn number 14. Sweet is the peace the gospel brings. All right, so I just love this song. It's short and sweet. I like about that. It is very singable. I think it really fulfills the comfort the weary and inspire members to endure in faith. I think that's really a great message that this song gives. Also, I feel like it is a unifying thing. That sweet's the peace the gospel brings. It doesn't matter who you are. It can bring peace into your life when you live the principles of the gospel. And it's just a beautiful tune. That sweet is the peace the gospel brings to seeking minds and true. With light refulgent on its wings, it clears the human view. I will say I don't know if people. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but what does the word refulgent? Not a word we toss around very much these days. But I think it's you can kind of get it from context clues. All right, I'm going to look it up right now. Define refulgent. So you too can use this in your daily conversation. All right, refulgent just means shining brightly. Okay. With light refulgent in its wings. So they're brightly shining. It's refulgent. Now you too can describe things as refulgent. Okay, great. I'm going to let's retain that one. I think it fits a lot of the criteria that we're going for the new hymn book. And I really like that one a lot. Okay, and finally, for this episode, we have hymn number 15, I Saw a Mighty Angel Fly. All right. This is a great hymn tune. This hymn tune is known as Forest Green, and it's been adapted by the great English composer Ralph Vaughan Williams. An interesting thing about this tune is that in the UK, this is the tune that O Little Town of Bethlehem is sung to, typically. Now, we sing, O Little Town of Bethlehem. That tune's called St. Louis. This one's called Forest Green, and they sing, O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Which I think is beautiful. I actually kind of like it better. I mean, it's up to, whatever. But so great hymn tune, very, very singable. And then let's look at the words. What's interesting is that these words are anonymous. It is anonymous circa 1840. So about 10 years after the church was restored. I just love, this text is so strong. I saw a mighty angel fly, to earth he bent his way, a message bearing from on high to cheer the sons of day. Truth is the message which he bears, the gospel's joyful sound, to calm our doubts, to chase our fears, and make our joys abound. I just think it's a classic hymn text. It's been around for a very long time. It's a classic tune with a classic hymn text. And I think that our hymn book is stronger because it's around. And though it's anonymous, whoever wrote the words, thanks for those. So I'm going to say on this one, retain. I don't think we need to do anything to this one to keep its status as just a classic hymn that I wish we would sing a little bit more, because that tune is just so great. And if you want to, mix things up this holiday season, sing O Little Town of Bethlehem to this tune Forest Green. So you can just use the music for I Saw a Mighty Angel Fly and sing O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie, or whatever tempo you want. All right, so what do you think for these hymns 11 through 15? What are your opinions? I'd like to hear them in the comments. Please keep things respectful. I had one comment that was a little bit weird and just yelly and, let's say, disrespectful. So that's not the point here. I think we can have a respectful dialogue about the hymns in the hymn book without resulting to name calling. So, it doesn't bother me if you don't agree with what I say. Just all I ask is that we have a respectful conversation about this. All right, till next time. Keep enjoying those new hymns that we've got. Keep learning them. More on the way. All right. Have fun.
Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace, streams of mercy.